right, so today we're going to be learning how to join and separate parts of a whole. What we're going to start learning is how to add and subtract fractions. So right here, Miss Scrubs has opened up an ice cream shop, and one of my signature flavors is Peachy Peach Cobbler. So I'm going to teach all of my students and you all how to make Peachy Peach Cobbler. So in order for us to do this, we have some little syrups that we're going to put into our ice cream batter, and that's going to make it taste like our Peachy Peach Cobbler. So first up, we have 2/3 of peach flavor. So what I'm going to do is, I see that my whole is broken up into 3 parts, all right? So I'm going to shade in 1, 2 of those parts, all right? So I just did my peach flavor. Next up, I have 1/3 of cinnamon flavor. So I'm going to shade in 1/3 of cinnamon flavor. Next up, I'm going to do my vanilla flavor. So I'm going to shade in 1/3 of vanilla. So I'm going to shade that in yellow. And finally, I have 1/3. Let's check off vanilla. I have 1/3 of cake batter flavor, okay? So I'm going to shade it in. Now, I need to think, how much flavor did I add up together, or how much flavor did I put into my ice cream recipe? So when I look here, my whole was broken up into 3 parts. Remember, that is our denominator. Our denominator is always the amount that our whole is broken up into. Okay. Now we just combined all of these and we want to figure out how much flavor we put in all together. So when I look at it, I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now remember, our whole does not change. One whole still consists of 1, 2, 3 parts. So we have 5/3. Now, a way that we can change this to a mixed number is we can look how many wholes is actually used. So I have 1 whole that's being used. And then how many parts of a whole, or fraction of a whole? So I have 1, 2 parts out of those 3 that could have been used, okay? So 5/3 is the same thing as 1 and 2/3. So in order for me to make my Peachy Peach Cobbler ice cream, I would need to have a total of 5/3 or 1 and 2/3 of flavoring, okay? Once again, let's think about some things that we noticed here. One thing I noticed is that all of my denominators are the same. So when I'm adding fractions, I need to make sure that all of my denominators are the same. Now, the good thing here in 4th grade is we don't have to worry about adding fractions that do not have the denominators the same, okay? But what we do need to realize is that when we are adding them also, we are just adding up that numerator as well. So I'm going to actually do this as a numerical form or an equation. So we had 2/3 plus the 1/3 of cinnamon plus the 1/3 of vanilla plus the 1/3 of cake batter flavor. Okay. Now remember, my whole does not change at all because the amount that's in my whole never changed, right? So my whole is still made of 3 parts, but how many parts did I actually use? 2 plus 1 is 3, plus 1 is 4, plus 1 is 5. So I used 5/3. Same thing that we got here.